90% of the content I share on this channel is around beginner trading methods, mainly because those who are likely to look for trading tips are there with 0 coins within their coin balance. It's unlikely, and if it does happen, it's rare for people to have millions of coins within their accounts and still be searching exactly how to trade. But today we are taking it to the next level. We will be looking at more expensive trading methods as I share exactly what I do when I am looking to make millions of coins. But before we do get into the video, if you are looking to skip trading and just get to the point where you have coins within your account, then I highly recommend using Mule Factory. Head over there to get yourself some fast, cheap FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic 5 at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. And getting back into the video, now is a great time to be looking at these types of trading methods because we finally hit the point where people's interest in certain players have dropped massively with the introduction of Team of the Year and other high rated player cards. We can now look at icons, and even though we have done an icon method before, now it's even better to go through because of the introduction of Team of the Year. People are going for those types of players and pushing aside and even selling some of their icons. At the beginning of FIFA 22, the highest rated players were icons, so people were all striving to try and go and get them and use them within their team, but now that's not the case. The attention for these types of players has gone down quite dramatically, and that opens the door up for us traders to use these players to get on a much lower bid where we can sell them at a much higher buy now. For this icon method, I recommend having at least 200k. Now, of course, you can start this with 100k, but that does limit you. You probably will only be able to get one icon, as the cheapest icon available is around 70k, so you'll be able to buy that with some coins left over. But even though you do have the coins to go through this and you will be able to go and get some of those icons for around 70,000 coins, it does mean that you are relying on just one player. Most of your coins will be tied up within that one trade, and it's not until you can sell that player on until you're able to buy another one. That's why I recommend going for 200k, because then you can get 2 players with even more coins left over, and you can use those coins on other trading methods. To put it in basic terms, the more coins you have, the better, because you'll be able to get more trades, and that'll be able to times by how many trades you have by how much profit you're able to make per trade. At this early stage, it can be very difficult to build up your coins, but that's the same with every method. The more coins you have, the more coins you can put into making trades, and those trades will give you more coins where you can buy even more trades. So for you to actually make coins with this method, what you need to do is go over to the transfer market. There you're able to select your quality, and I recommend going for icons. Now with this, it's not strictly just for icons. You can look at other types of special cards, but for the sake of this video, we are just looking at icons, looking at one quality so that we can make it as easy as possible for you to understand. With your quality selected, you don't need to put a max bid or even a max buy now. You can keep everything blank, keep it by its default, and just search the market. Now you're getting every version of those special cards listed, and you'll be able to go through them as they are expiring. Now just go through the market player by player and look for those that have currently got bids on. If they have a bid, it most likely means that bid amount is a lot less compared to their lowest buy now. This is a good indicator of whether or not you're able to find a good deal. So I go across the market, find anyone with a bid on, add them to my watch list, and compare their price. What you'll find out most of the time is that it is a lot lower compared to their lowest buy now, in which I'll wait for them to go down to that last 30 to 45 seconds until I place a bid. We are now dealing with slightly more expensive players, so once we are looking at an icon which sells for 100,000 coins, we do need to work out the 5% EA tax, and now it's not just going to be a couple hundred coins, it's now going to be 5,000 coins. So when working out how much profit you'll be able to make per card, first work out the 5% EA tax, and then take away however many coins you're looking to make and set that as your maximum bid amount. Now the good thing is occasionally you will come across deals that don't even come close to your maximum bid amount. You may look to sell an icon at 100,000 coins with the 5% EA tax that takes it down to 95,000, and you're happy to go and get it for 90,000 where you're able to make a 5k profit. But when you bid within the last 30 seconds, no one else is competing against you, and you're able to go and get it for 85 where you're able to make 10,000 coins all in just profit. And this doesn't happen every single time. With the icons that you're bidding on, you'll probably win maybe 3, maybe 4 if you're lucky and doing this at peak times out of 10. So you'll win 4 trades for every 10 that you bid on. This is perfectly fine, because unlike some of the other trading methods that we've gone through on this channel, whereas with bulk bidding, you're able to get 30, 40, potentially even 50 after bidding on 50 to fill up your watch list. With those types of deals, you're only able to make a couple hundred coins per trade, but with icons, you're able to make thousands, tens of thousands, depending on how many coins you're putting up. The best time to go through this and the time that I only trade with these types of special cards is 6 PM UK time. This is peak time. This is when there is the most players playing and there's the most live transfers listed onto the transfer market. There have been times in the past where I have tried to use this type of trading method within the early morning as soon as I wake up. You can find some good deals when doing this, but the issue is that players fluctuate throughout the day. And because there's less listed within early morning, it tends to have a higher price. So if I was to buy them early morning and try and sell them for a similar price in the afternoon, what I might find is that I need to lower that player's price quite considerably for them to be the lowest on the market. And I still try to go for the lowest just because they can sell a lot quicker. Whereas by trading at 6 PM UK time, you've already got that lowest points for that player. You can buy that player, and if they do struggle to sell within the next couple of hours, you can list them for 12 hours overnight, and by the morning it's likely that that player has sold because not as many people trade during those hours. Not as many live transfers are listed, and people actually forget to do 12 hours overnight for their own players. So you may find that, especially with icons, because there is already a limited amount already, where you're able to be one of only just a couple. And if yours is the cheapest, then people have no other choice. They're obviously going to be going for yours. And this also does bring us on to the point that it can take some time to sell. There will be occasions where you'll buy into a player and it doesn't sell within that first hour, despite being 10k cheaper than the lowest on the market. This is just simply because people aren't looking for that type of player at that time. You just need to keep on relisting and eventually they will sell. And this also does link back to a previous point where I recommended you having a certain amount of coins to get this trading method going. You did only have 100k and you did put all 100k within just one icon to make a decent amount of profit, but it doesn't sell within the first hour. You're going to have to keep on relisting and keep relisting until they do sell. And in the meantime, all your coins are locked up into that trade. Even if you did have 200k and you're only able to go and get 2 icons at a time, it makes life a lot easier because you got a higher chance of at least one of them selling because you're dependent on 2 rather than it just being 1. Even when I go through any type of trading method that requires me to look at more expensive trades, I still do the basics. I still partner it up with an old team of the week trading method where I use Footbin to look at some of the previous team of the weeks, preferably anywhere between team of the week 1 all the way to team of the week 10. And I just go through name by name and compare the prices. If there's a price gap between the cheapest compared to the second cheapest, I will buy the cheapest, relist it slightly higher, but make sure that it's still the cheapest on the market, but still enough for me to make a good amount of profit if someone buys them. I still do this even though I'm able to look at more expensive trades such as icons, purely because team of the week sell a lot quicker. There's so many more people that's able to buy into them as they can afford them. This type of method is unlikely to give me 10k, 20k, 30k, but that's what the icons are for. Icons will give me that 10, 20, 30k per trade, but these team of the week methods just give me a few extra coins on the side whilst I'm able to sell them more regularly. Very similar to the bulk bidding method. I still use the bulk bidding method when going through this type of method, because bulk bidding, even though it is only giving me a couple hundred coins per trade, it's easy to do. It only takes about 5 minutes for me to set up a bid on about 50 players and for them to expire within that time, where I can relist them onto the transfer market. It may be an extra couple thousand coins every single time I do this, but this is a couple extra thousand coins on top of everything else, and it guarantees that I will be having coins coming into my account every single hour just in case those icons do not sell. Whenever you do rely on just one type of trading method to bring in all of your coins, there's always going to be problems with it. There will be days where it's harder to find trades using that method than other days. And on those days, you do need a backup. That's why I do, so alongside looking for expensive players such as icons, I do also go and look at old team of the week trading methods and also bulk bidding. Now, the final thing to say about this, and a final reminder actually, because we did mention it slightly earlier, is that you don't need to just look at icons. We stuck to icons for today because it's easy to understand. I stick to one type of quality. I can show that through all the different video clips, and then you can go off and look at your own types of special cards. But now is a point within Ultimate Team where there is loads of different special cards, and the good thing is with a lot of the special cards that are there, you're able to see loads above 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 plus coins, some even going up to 1 million. These are the trades that will be able to give you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50k plus profit just by buying into them if you're looking at them at the right time and you get them on a good bid. With icons, it's very easy to do it all within the console because you could just go across and compare the price, and because there is a limited amount of players per card, you're able to very easily compare the prices. But if you're looking at a newer promo such as Team of the Year or even some of the future stars that have been released, you will be better off using something such as Footbin, where you can find player prices. So instead of having to go across the market to compare them quickly, you can just type their name in and even quicker be able to get the player's lowest buy now. After that, the method is still exactly the same. The only difference is how you find the lowest buy now, because it's going to be so much easier on Footbin than actually going across player by player, because there's loads of pages worth. Anyway guys, here is exactly how I trade with more expensive players within Ultimate Team. It's nothing too fancy because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be a crazy search parameter to get these types of deals. These types of deals are expiring every couple minutes. You just need to be in the right place at the right time to actually place those bids in and be consistent with it. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see you.